Okay, can I have Heston Cobb into the courtroom, please? Give me just 1 second, if you would, please, Mr. Cobb. Okay, can I please have your name and date of birth?
Heston Cobb, 5/10/2001.
Thank you very much, Mr. Cobb. And appearance of counsel for the state, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Brooke Gaunt, on behalf of the state.
Thank you very much, Ms. Gaunt. Officer, could I ask one of you to step behind, please?
Yes. Sorry, Judge.
That's okay. All right, and can I please have appearance of counsel for the defendant, who I believe is appearing virtually?
Yes, good afternoon, Your Honor. Alex Romero for Heston Cobb.
Good afternoon, Mr. Romero. Okay. Did I get your appearance?
You did.
I did. Okay, thank you. All right, Mr. Cobb, you are here on allegations of new charges. The allegations against you are 1 count of burglary, a Class 4 felony, 2 counts of criminal impersonation, Class 6 felonies, 5 counts of disorderly conduct, all Class 1 misdemeanors, and 5 counts of criminal trespassing, all Class 3 misdemeanors. Based on my review of the information contained in the Form 4 in this case, I am inclined to find probable cause to support these allegations. Before I officially do that, Mr. Romero, is there any argument that you wish to make or information you wish me to consider in regards to probable cause? We'll get to release in a minute.
Yes, Your Honor. I was just recently retained in the past hour. I have been reading through Form 4. The only argument I would make is a lack of sufficient evidence to find probable cause for these charges.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Romero. Ms. Gaunt, counter-argument, counter-response, anything the state wishes me to consider in regards to probable cause. Mr. Cobb, you're free to keep your attention up here.
Forward.
Thank you, Your Honor. I think that this is a pretty extensive and comprehensive Form 4. It has the information regarding how they were able to identify Mr. Cobb as the suspect. There's information regarding all of the locations and the offense dates and the activities that.
Your Honor, my audio is cut out. Can you hear me?
at azcourtcareers.com. Thank you for calling the Judicial Branch of Arizona in Maricopa County, where our staff members are committed to excellence and the principles inherent in the rule of law. Every person, every day, every time. For a searchable listing of today's court hearings, visit our website, superiorcourt.maricopa.gov.
Mr. Romero, can you hear us now?
I can, yes.
Okay, very good. Nobody move. Okay, my apologies for that. I don't know where we lost you, so let me get back to what I was saying. I was explaining that for purposes of this hearing, I review the factual allegations provided by law enforcement in the Form 4, and I assume for this hearing that those factual allegations are true. I hear Mr. Romero's argument based on a lack of evidence. I don't discount that argument, but evidence and support for those factual allegations is something that is built over time before trial. So for purposes of this hearing, I am finding probable cause to support those allegations. I do note that Mr. Romero's notice of appearance was limited for purposes of this. Oh, wait, I might be lying about that. Let me double check it real quick. Okay, I was wrong about that. So Mr. Romero's notice of appearance is whole. It is a complete notice of appearance from this case going forward. So Mr. Cobb, I am not going to make a finding of indigency, which means you are not going to get a court-appointed lawyer. Mr. Romero will continue to represent you throughout these proceedings. Your next court hearings will be a status conference July 30th and then a preliminary hearing August 1st. They will both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. Before I consider or impose release conditions, I will ask both lawyers for their argument and recommendation regarding release. I will do that starting with the state. Ms. Gaunt, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state's asking for a $25,000 secured appearance bond. Mr. Cobb allegedly disrupted several businesses over the course of several months, so there are multiple offense dates. He caused extreme disruption to the businesses. The employees were very fearful of what was happening. And it wasn't just Mr. Cobb, it was Mr. Cobb and at least 15 or 20 individuals on each occasion, almost a mob of people swarming into these businesses and harassing the employees. Allegedly all of these incidents were video recorded for Mr. Cobb's social media accounts. It's believed that this was some kind of social media prank. However, it was very disruptive to these businesses, both to the people coming in to use the businesses as well as the employer and the employees that were present. Given all of that, additionally, it doesn't appear that Mr. Cobb provided the court with local residents. So the state is concerned about that as well. Given all of that, we believe that bond request is appropriate. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Gaunt. Okay, Mr. Romero, response, counter argument, recommendation regarding release.
Yes, Your Honor. We'd like to request a release on own recognizance. Mr. Cobb is 24 years old, does not have any prior felony criminal history from my understanding. Looking at Form 4, the only prior criminal conviction is the failure to obey. So my understanding is he doesn't have any prior violent criminal history, and he would not pose a risk to persons in the community if he were to be released on own recognizance.
Okay, thank you very much. And Mr. Romero, do you know whether your client has Arizona ties? Is he a resident of Arizona?
Your Honor, I do not know the extent of his living situation. My understanding is that he would be able to find housing and a place to live. I have spoken with his mother as well on the case, and she will be assisting in making sure that Mr. Cobb has a place to live, is not living on the streets, and is able to attend his future court hearings.
And do you know whether mom resides in Arizona?
I can't confirm, Your Honor.
Mr. Romero, do you object to me asking your client if he lives in Arizona?
I do not object, Your Honor. I just asked for my client only asked to answer the question asked.
Okay, Mr. Cobb, I'm going to ask you if you reside in Arizona, and I think your lawyer is asking you to please answer yes or no only. Do you reside in Arizona?
Yes.
Okay. And sorry, I was just looking to see if we had a local address, but it looks like we don't. It looks like the state is correct that the court does not have a local address. So what I will ask, Mr. Cobb, is it sounds like you do reside in Arizona. What I will ask is that you provide your address to the extent you haven't already given it to the court to your lawyer, so your lawyer can provide that information to the court going forward. Okay, did you have anything else on release, Mr. Romero? I'm sorry if I cut you off.
No, just that, Your Honor, that we asked for own recognizance, release with pretrial services as well. Again, Mr. Cobb has family support, financial support through his mother, and I do not anticipate any situation where he would be without a place to live if he were to be released.
Okay, understood. Thank you very much, Mr. Romero. Okay, Mr. Cobb, I do have substantial concerns about the underlying factual allegations and the disruption that they caused to local businesses during operating hours. I don't take lightly the state's statement that, at least according to the Form 4, not only were employees of these businesses fearful for their safety, so were the patrons of those businesses. And I do believe that people working at their normal jobs, and certainly people patronizing businesses in our community, are entitled to feel safe when they're doing that. So because of that, I do have some concerns that you pose a safety risk to the general public. As a result of that, I am going to impose a $15,000 secured appearance bond. If that bond is posted, you will be released from custody. You will then be responsible for getting yourself to all of your court hearings. Regardless of whether you post that bond, you will be ordered not to return to the scene where any of these alleged offenses took place. You cannot have contact with any complainants or witnesses. You are also prohibited from having contact with any alleged co-defendants. That means any of the alleged 10 to 20 other people that were involved in these allegations, no contact with any of those people. If you're released from custody, you're also ordered not to possess any weapons or any drugs without a valid prescription. Anything else I need to address before I excuse this matter, Ms. Gaunt?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, anything else I need to address from your end, Mr. Romero?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you all very much. Mr. Cobb will get you a copy of your paperwork. Mr. Romero will get a copy to you. You can go ahead and step back to your left. Mr. Romero, you're free to disconnect unless you wish to observe the rest of the calendar, then you're free to do that as well. All right, what do you have me doing next? Okay, do I have a Swahili interpreter on the line?
Yes, I'm the Swahili interpreter.
Okay, thank you for joining us, Mr. Interpreter. Mr. Bitakwisha, could you work your way back into the courtroom, please?